Welcome back, guys, to the channel. This is Jake Ellenbogen of the Jake Ellenbogen channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the opening montage. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and kind of the first thing I thought of when I heard about the potential of John Wolford taking over as the starting quarterback for the foreseeable future with Jared Goff, nursing that thumb injury. First thing I thought of was A New Hope. Jared Goff really hasn't been playing up to par as of late. Obviously, I don't think many people will disagree with me in that regard. So I just wanted to do a video and kind of show you guys, for those of you that don't follow John Wolford or haven't followed John Wolford until really now, I kind of want to catch you up to speed. This is somebody that, regardless if you like him or not, he's likely going to be the only hope, the last hope for the Rams in Week 17. He is likely going to be quarterbacking the Los Angeles Rams, who are 9-6 following a defeat in Seattle. And this is somebody that has no NFL regular season experience. We're going to go through, pretty much his career here with the highlights, and hope you guys enjoy those. I kind of put those together for this video, but the fact of the matter is that John Wolford, at the end of the day, is a talented quarterback. He offers a dimension of his game that Jared Goff simply does not, and he's going to give Sean McVay pretty much a lot to work with if he wants to. Of course, most likely Sean McVay and company are going to want John Wolford to, I would say, manage the game, but if they don't and they let the playbook wide open for him, there's a good chance that you might see some things that you didn't expect. So, looking at John Wolford's 4-year starting career at Wake Forest, right off the cuff, you turn your attention to the first 3 years. He had 30 touchdowns and 35 interceptions. This was an exciting player, somebody that could look really good at times, and he had weapons. He had Alex Bachman and Greg Dortch, two of them. And, of course, they ended up both playing for the Rams at some point or another. But the fact is that he looked exciting at times. But kind of like Jared Goff, John Wolford struggled in those 3 years. And he struggled with ball security and decision-making and turning the ball over. 35 interceptions, 30 touchdowns. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns in his first 3 years. But his last year as a senior, it kind of clicked for him. 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he ran for nearly 700 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, all in his last year. That's 39 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Pretty impressive to, end that. He wasn't invited to the combine, but his pro day numbers, he ended up with a 4.77 40 time and 95th percentile in agility score. He had a really fast 3-cone drill, which is obvious. It's pretty evident on film that is the case. Back in August, Kevin O'Connell, the offensive coordinator, said he wasn't worried with Wolford's lack of experience. That's something a lot of people are worried with, and I can understand why. However, this guy is going to be surprising. He is going to be exciting. He may not work out. The Rams are going up against a team that has Kyler Murray, that has DeAndre Hopkins, that has stars. But if the Rams can get things going, and if John Wolford is able to inject himself into this offense, what if the Rams find something they haven't found all season long? That's a big what if, but it's something to keep in mind as we go through this video. As you see him, dropping dimes in this video, right off the cuff, you have to notice something. He is mobile. And he's not just mobile, he's smart in the way he's mobile. He doesn't just run out for no reason. He tries to buy time with his legs. He ultimately plays like Russell Wilson light. Well, it makes sense because this is the same guy that runs with the scout team to emulate Russell Wilson, to emulate Kyler Murray, and other running quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks, in practice for the Los Angeles Rams. It's actually kind of impressive. And to be honest with you, this is exactly why, for a while now, despite having Jared Goff, I've wanted the Rams to go out and grab a mobile quarterback, a quarterback that, somebody, he doesn't have to be a track star like Lamar Jackson, but I wanted somebody that has legs. As we've seen, Jared Goff simply does not. When you watch John Wolford, you watch somebody that looks confident in his every move, every step, every decision. He's locked in. There's never some sort of, I don't know, I think I'm just going to take this sack. It seems like he always wants to make a play, and he's confident he's going to do so. This is somebody that basically on the NFL Network, Mike Silver basically came out and said, after he spoke with a few anonymous players in the locker room for the Rams, one of which said, "I've never heard the guy speak before. He is not a raw type of personality, and he doesn't have to be. Neither is Jared Goff for that matter. But this is somebody that he puts his head down and he gets the job done, and he did that in preseason. 4 preseason games last year, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 95.7 passer rating, 56.8 completion percentage, and a lot of drops. That's right. John Wolford struggled with a third-team offense. He didn't struggle himself. He struggled with the fact that he was throwing it right on the money, and he was suffering from a lot of drops from guys that aren't even in the NFL anymore. The 25-year-old at 6'1", 200 pounds is definitely somebody that is intriguing. Obviously, he has similar size and similar attributes as a former Rams quarterback that I tend to bring up way too much, and that is Austin Davis. But unlike Austin Davis, John Wolford has taken care of the ball a little bit better. Now, like I said, he hasn't played in a regular season NFL game. But luckily, what we did see before the Rams signed him last year, and we heard about it, Les Snead was watching a lot of AAF football. Now, Les Snead was watching a lot of that. He was tweeting it out, or rather his wife was tweeting it out, and I caught notice of that. And a lot of Rams fans pointed to Luis Perez, who was a former Rams quarterback who was in the AAF. However, John Wolford was in Arizona with the Hotshots, and he was balling. You could argue he was the best player in the entire league that year. That unfortunately got cut short due to unfortunate circumstances. But in those 8 games, he had 1,616 yards, 63.4 completion percentage, 14 touchdowns, including 6 two-point conversions, which are kind of a big deal in the AAF, and 7 interceptions. He and Rashad Ross created a huge combo. There was a lot of chemistry, and most importantly, John Wolford was not afraid to go deep down the field, but he wasn't afraid to make any throw. He can make all the throws. When you look at John Wolford, talking about preseason, AAF, coming into this game, I understand if you're uncertain about him, unsure, but at the end of the day, this is what you have. This is Sean McVay's time. We've heard it time and time again. Sean McVay, the boy genius, the mad scientist, the great play caller. He's struggled. But I've said it, and it'll upset people, but how much struggle was Sean McVay having because of Jared Goff? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sean McVay was holding back Jared Goff in a way that you may not realize. He was not opening up the full extent of the playbook due to Jared Goff's shortcomings and his limitations. With Jared Goff sidelined for the foreseeable future, potentially, assuming he does not play, John Wolford has an opportunity here to have the playbook opened up for him with his mobility. It remains to be seen whether or not Sean McVay will do just that, but if he does, you've pretty much answered that question. So folks, what does John Wolford bring to the table as you watch these highlights? Mobility. He can make all the throws, pocket presence, pocket awareness, guts. This is somebody that will step right into the barrel stare down the barrel, take the hit, as long as it means completing the pass. You can see the end zone fades. You can see the deep bombs. You can see the sideline far hash throws. He can do it all. He's quick. He's quicker than fast. This is somebody, if anybody, is going to take over for Jared Goff and lead the Rams to the playoffs and beyond. It is John Wolford. Can he win a Super Bowl? That remains to be seen. Am I confident in John Wolford winning a Super Bowl? That remains to be seen. But what I will say is that I will not be shocked if John Wolford ends up as another name in history that led his team to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl when no one even knew who he was. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun kind of, compiling this together. I know it's a quick hitter, but I really just wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to see this and not sit through my 40-minute video. I could make a 40-minute video on John Wolford. I could break down his mechanics. I could do all that, but I really wanted to stress that this was made for people that are not just casual fans in a sense, but people that just want, what is this guy bringing? What am I supposed to expect? And ultimately, can we win with this guy? And my answer to all that is you can win with him. You can expect that he is going to be exciting. He may not end up winning the ball game, but he's going to put the Rams in position to be able to. I'm more worried about the running game and the potential of a long-term injury with that ankle in Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson. But for now, looking at John Wolford, yes. John Wolford with an elite defense and the weapons. Don't be surprised if John Wolford leads the Rams to the Super Bowl and even wins the Super Bowl. You may laugh now. Tony Romo came out of nowhere. Kurt Warner came out of nowhere. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. It's always funny until it happens. And then when it happens, you're not laughing anymore. You're either the person rooting for the team that has that person and you're celebrating, or you're not happy. And if you're listening to this as a casual fan or a fan of the NFL, you probably won't be happy. If you're listening to this as a Rams fan, I think you're going to be happy. You never know what you have until it's gone. I think the Rams figured out what they had today in Jared Goff, and I think they might be ready to move on depending on how John Wolford does. Thank you guys again. Take care. Go Rams. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks again, and please be sure to subscribe if you like what you hear. Later.